Jamal Niaz here with Bellator star AJ Mckee, former featherweight champ. You're moving up to lightweight, looking to secure that belt, but we'll talk about MMA in a bit. You're here with your boy Anthony Taylor. You just got the win over Salt Papi.
Hey.
What'd you make of that fight? That was crazy, weren't it?
Man, I'm so happy for him. It's truly just a blessing, you know. I've known Ant for so many years. Just the trials and tribulations, the things he's been through in life. This is Anthony when he works, you know. This is Anthony at his full potential. I'm happy for him, man. I'm excited. Hopefully he doesn't let this get to his head and he just continues to work and he continues to grind and he changes his mentality to not just entertain, because we know Anthony's entertaining. He's got the best walkouts. He's got the fans that love him and the fans that hate him, but regardless, they're supporting him. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, this is what we work for, and he's doing great, man. He's doing great things, and I'm happy he got a win tonight.
What'd you make of Salt Papi as well? Because he's done incredible things in the influencer scene as well. Did you see how hard he was hitting? He looks like a hard hitter, doesn't he?
Yeah, Salt Papi's a hard hitter, man. Me being a southpaw, I knew he was a threat. We all knew he was a threat, and we just worked a lot of slipping, you know. Salt Papi, he's a knockout artist, you know what I mean? I've seen him lay flatline people, you know, no pulse, just literally.
He's got skills, man.
Yeah, so like I told Salt Papi, man, keep working. Anthony's been doing this shit for years.
Yeah.
He's been fighting for years, but this is Anthony when he takes things serious, and this is the result, you know. So I honestly think Anthony can fight anybody, and it's gonna be a good fight, you know. But Anthony in shape, he can put on a great fight. Salt Papi's doing great things in his influencing world and also here with Misfits. So it's just nice to see these guys go out here and put on a great show and give the fans something to look into and enjoy.
I think what people respect with Anthony is he's not all talk. Like, guys, we've seen it in boxing, MMA, they kind of have to restrain themselves when the trash talk gets going. They don't really get physical. He will get physical and go through with what he says he's going to do. We saw it with the Dylan Dennis thing. I know that Dylan doesn't go through with everything he says. You know, he talks the talk online. We've not seen him fight since about 2017.
That man ain't no fighter.
I want to see that fight, though. Everyone wants to see.
Everybody wants to see him fight, but it takes a special individual to actually talk the talk and walk the walk. You know what I mean? So if you're willing to get in there, that's what I say. Hats off to anybody that's willing to step in there and put it all on the line, man. When those lights are beaming down on you and that adrenaline's pumping and your blood's going and you're getting punched in your face, there's nothing like it, you know? There's nothing like it. We embrace it. We love it. And it's for some people it's not. It's a great night for us, man. Team Body Shop, Anthony Taylor, Salt Papi, hats off to him. Appreciate him taking the fight. And yeah, man, keep doing your guys' things, you know. Sky's the limit. You know, they got the views, they got the followers, and they got the fans. So that's what's key to this.
You must love this just from a real fighter's perspective as well, because I think a lot of people like myself, I work in MMA and boxing, the hardcore style, like the biggest events, UFC, Bellator, PFL, and I think if you look at it for what it is, pure entertainment, kind of WWE cross with boxing, it is insanely entertaining. You cannot deny that is like absolute theatre tonight. It's just absolute drama, isn't it?
It's pure entertainment, man. I feel the name Misfits is perfect.
Yeah.
It fits everybody's character here. It's a bunch of just misfits.
Yeah.
But it works for everybody, and everybody's here helping each other. And I honestly feel boxing was taking a dive.
Yeah.
So this is bringing a different type of view, a different entertainment aspect that people aren't even used to, but they already have the fans. They have their entourage. They have everything there. So the name Misfits is perfect. It's
CKSI there warming up as well, the main man.
You know what I mean? It's a bunch of just different people, you know, and that's what I enjoy. I feel I'm different. I'm not a normal person, you know, and I think that's what just makes all of us special is, you know, being yourself and being different. So I think I'm a Misfits person myself, you know what I mean?
Could we see you in there at some point? Maybe after your career's finished MMA?
I don't know, maybe during, maybe not.
Wow.
I mean, I've been looking to get my feet wet in boxing for a while, so, you know, maybe I'll sit down, talk with Mims. I know they got that 170 tournament jumping off. I mean, it's 2 weight classes above, but who knows? Maybe I'll get my feet wet in there and tussle with these big boys a little bit.
Anyone that you're eyeing up and think they'd be a good opponent for me? Anyone?
Floyd, man.
Floyd, you're going straight for the big man.
That's the GOAT, bro.
That would be incredible.
It's because he's a GOAT, I'm a GOAT. To share that moment, one GOAT to another GOAT, there's no one like it, you know. Mixed martial arts, there's not many people you can share that great moment with. Outside of that, I don't care, I'll fight anybody.
Yeah.
Who name them?
The thing with Anthony Taylor as well, coming from that MMA background like yourself, Jake Paul has signed with PFL. That could be an avenue for him as well, couldn't it? That's a great crossover fight, and he brings those legit MMA skills as well. Do you think that could potentially happen in PFL?
Potentially, that could definitely be a move. Yeah, PFL's there. You know what I mean? They're doing it. Professional Fight League. I love their model. I love what they're doing. Bellator's my home, so that's where I'm at. But there's so many just different avenues that people are opening up, and so many doors, so many opportunities. So it's really just making a place your home and riding with them and doing what's best for you in your career.
Patricky's next up for you in the Bellator tournament. Obviously, exactly, man. What a storyline that is! That is absolutely crazy. You know, you're 1-1 with Patricio. I'm sure that trilogy is going to happen at some point down the line. He's dropped down to bantamweight, hasn't he, to fight Sergio? But what is that going to be like fighting his brother? Because you were very cordial and pleasant to each other at the press conference, which it was different from previous years, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I think we've grown to respect each other and each other's crafts to the point to where, you know, it's all business. But at the end of the day, when we get in that cage and that door closes, we know it's going to go down. And the mercenary comes out, and it's time to take him out. So like I've always said, it's time to make this a family affair, and you know how it's going to go.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then the tournament was cracking on last night. Obviously, Brent Primus went to the semi-final. He's going to fight Usman Nurmagomedov. What do you make of Usman, man? I mean, the Russians are absolutely killing it in the sport. He comes from a fighting family. That's going to be a tough one, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, you know, I think it's going to be a great fight. Congrats to Primus, congrats to Usman. Primus is a great wrestler. So wrestling, the Daggies, they got great wrestling. That's their key, their base. And I'm intrigued to see how that fight goes, you know, because remember, Primus beat Chandler, and he out-wrestled Chandler. So I'm intrigued to see how this goes and the wrestling lines up. And with that, yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to dethroning Patricky, getting him out of there, get this family affair ass whooping going one time, and then on to Shibli. He's been fiending to get a spanking too.
Does your contract last the duration of the tournament, and then is it renegotiation period for yourself? You signed a new one, didn't you?
Multi-fight deal, yeah.
Multi-fight deal.
Multi-year, multi-fight.
What we've mentioned before, because the talks were about UFC at some point in your career, which would be absolutely incredible. Everyone wants to see. I just wish it's the same thing in boxing. I wish we could get those crossover fights. You know, the fantasy matchups are absolutely incredible. You versus Holloway, you versus Volkanovski. What would you make of the featherweight and lightweight divisions in the UFC? Because we've got Volk versus Yair coming up, and the lightweight division is just absolutely wild, isn't it?
When it comes to featherweight, I'm the baddest featherweight in the world, point blank, period. I don't care who it is, what organization, period. I've proved that, you know, undefeated record there, and still feel I'm undefeated. Now moving up to lightweight, I'm willing to work for it and show everybody that I'm a badass lightweight and one of the baddest lightweights in the world as well. So I'm looking forward to this next chapter and just making examples out of people and doing what the mercenary does, sign that contract and continue that hit list.
Obviously, Conor McGregor's coming back as well, isn't he? McGregor versus Chandler. You're going to be keeping a close eye on that. I know they're fighting about welterweight. I think they've agreed. But I saw a clip online. Chandler was mentioning about middleweight, which is like that's crazy high up. But McGregor probably walking around at middleweight at least at the moment.
They're both big boys. That's the thing. The featherweights walk around at middleweight, right, and the lightweights walk around at welterweight.
Right.
So these are big guys. There's a lot of people that cut a lot of weight. They're just big boys, you know what I mean? They all got the skill set, they all got the mindset and the power, so it's just who's going to harness that power and really do the damage in there. I think that'll be a great fight, but Chandler's got the wrestling, man. You know,
you think he's got it? You think Chandler's got it in the bag?
If he wrestles, but Chandler's been banging with people lately, you know what I mean? So I think he's a very explosive person as well. I think that'll be a great fight.
McGregor's got the power, you know.
He's got the power. He's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
He's getting huge. And if Chandler fights weight against Poirier and Gaethje, he's very hittable, isn't he? He wears his heart on his sleeve. It makes it so exciting for fans like myself. But like McGregor against Eddie Alvarez, if it's that McGregor we're gonna see, that is a dangerous man, isn't it?
That's the key. That is the key. It's just what McGregor shows up, and I'm Old Faithful right here. Yeah. Lefty, she's good to go whenever and all the time. So I always got to rock with the southpaws.
Your final one, your fight hasn't got a release date yet, hasn't it? It's not got an announcement, official date. Do you have a rough idea when it's going to be?
I'll have a drop date. I can't say too much, but I promise I'll have a fight date for you guys soon. We're in the talks of it. It's almost official. I haven't signed the contract. I'm waiting on the contract. Hopefully we get it soon. Hopefully. I'm begging, because the mercenary, come on, the mercenary's got to have a hit list. If I don't have a hit list, what am I doing? So I'm looking forward to taking somebody out soon.